Alright, so when you start with the crayons, here's the trick. First thing you're going to do is, when you put the crayon down, you look and see where the highlight is. You can see how the light source is creating a highlight across the surface of the crayon here, and then on the wax you can see that bright light. So what you want to do first is just use the white colored pencil, get nice and sharp, and then where you see those highlights, just put the white in first. Alright, even along the body of the crayon here, I'm just going to use the white. Looks like a line going straight down, so that later when I add in the color, that area will stay a little bit lighter. Then, I'm going to use the black and do all the details in the black colored pencil. I got the area in here. Make sure your pencil's nice and sharp so that you can do those fine lines real carefully. I'm just implying where the shape of the lettering comes around. I'm not going to worry about the little Crayola.com. So it'll still have the look of the crayon. Alright, and I got a little bit of it here. Right over to the edge of the crayon. And now I want to go in with my colored pencil and match those colors. So if I'm using that pink, I'll look for something kind of in a skin tone, something that I'd be working with for the figure. Maybe if I was coloring the guy in with a peach color. What I'm going to do is, on the actual crayon area itself, the wax, it's not the same pink, but I'm going to use it as a skin tone. The other thing I can see is that on the edge here there's a little bit of a strong highlight that shows the separation between this area of the crayon and that area of the crayon. You see where I put the white, you can see that it stayed white. Now to get this off color for this, like I did on this one here, I used a light gray colored pencil, but I first put down this color on the outer edge to create the darker look of the crayon out here where the light would be making it a darker, almost like a gradation to the middle. So I put this color down lightly inside there. It's a little bit darker along the edge. I'm going to use the light gray as a base, just using the side of it. And I just go over the gray. And where I have that gray, it kind of creates that muted color of whatever the crayon color is. And you can see where I put that strip of white, kind of remains lighter. If I want to, I can just come back with the white, kind of burnish that out a little bit. And then I can add that skin tone color in a little bit more. I would suggest practicing on a scrap piece of paper before you get too far into it. But you can see how that gives it a really, almost a realistic look with that highlight coming up the front based on the light source, and then of course where you have the very, very strong, intense color where that white is, right there where I pressed hard. Alright, so that's the crayons. The cast shadows on the crayons we're going to do later on with the paint. And that's it for this part.